regardless. So you got to make the best of your situation. And I got to tell you guys, this is like a confessional. I probably should have put that in the title. I probably would have got a bigger audience, but this is totally a confession. I'm kind of full of shit. There it is. It's just out there. I'm going to tell you why. So the other night I was having a conversation with a friend, and I said something that justifiably upset them. And they made a comment that justifiably upset me. But I got to thinking about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're right. They're right, but they don't realize how right they're basically calling me out on my BS. I got to thinking about it, and yes, they were not only right in that specific circumstance, but they were right in a lot of things. And one of the areas where I'm full of it is my nutrition. I'll own that all damn day. I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it at all, but it's been a struggle for me. I've been an emotional eater since I was a little girl. And you add in, sugar is highly addictive anyway, but you add in the chronic fatigue that comes with fibromyalgia and Hashimoto's, and now you're trying to fight your hormones, namely ghrelin and leptin. And you know what? You can't outsmart Mother Nature. You just can't. And my body image has taken a hell of a beating. I'm the heaviest I've been. I had lost over 50 pounds and I'd kept it off for years. Then my mama got real sick. And because those bad habits were my default, that's what I'd always done. You know, a lot of our habits, the reason why we cling to them, it's not because they're good. Your comfort zone is not necessarily a good place. It's familiar. My body knows, you know what? Maybe this isn't the best idea, but you survived this long with this behavior. And it makes it harder to break when you're under stress. But you know what? I had a realization this summer. And it might sound really small to some of you, but to someone who's struggled with body image, it was really significant. And it's like, you know, I'll be real honest. I don't like the way my body looks right now. I don't. I got nobody to blame but myself, but I don't like the way it looks. But you know, I can't hate my body. And I can't hate my body because of all the cool things that my body lets me do. But I remember a few years ago, a friend of mine asked me, hey, obviously on a different platform, she's like, hey, would you talk about body image and confidence, because you've really got this. I don't have this. For the record, I don't have this at all. But she was a pretty good friend. And so I was like, wow, that's really cool that she sees me in that light. Actually, my first thought was, I can't talk about that. The hell do I know about that? But you know what? I'm a good person to talk about it because I've kind of been all over the map with it. And I've been pretty damn heavy, and I've been very tiny. And I know the emotional weirdness that goes on with both extremes. I shouldn't say extremes. I was pretty heavy. By today's standards, it was not all that heavy. But anyway. I said my weight's up. I'm not happy about it. But I got no one to blame but myself. And I got to really thinking about the confidence aspect. I'm like, you know what? I need to talk about it. We're going into the new year. I have a dance challenge going on Twitter. There's, I think, 11 of us, and we're doing a 100-day dance challenge. Just a few minutes a day. If you're interested, it's not too late to join us. Hit me up on Twitter at Alaskan Courtney. But you know, a lot of the girls in my group are beautiful. I mean, they're gorgeous women. They have nice, slender, and you know, I don't want a perfect figure. One of the reasons, I'm really rambling here, but I got a point, I promise. One of the reasons I'm really drawn to belly dance, you know, some people are built long and lean. I am not built long and lean. I love that, like Angie Harmon. Oh my gosh, I love that just long, lean look. I could not look like Angie Harmon if you put me on a damn rack and stretched my ass. It's just not going to happen. I'm not built that way. But with belly dance, voluptuous is very big. Having curves is important, and I like that. It makes me feel a lot more comfortable, a lot more comfortable in my skin. So let's talk about body image and confidence. First, what does it mean to have a good body image? Well, you need to understand that doesn't mean you don't think you have room for improvement. It just means that you accept yourself for where you're at. And you know, I do, for the most part, I do accept myself for where I'm at, because it's really easy for me to get down on myself, because if you know me very well, you know I am really damned hard on myself. But I've been through a lot in the last year. I mean, we all have, but my dad got really sick, and we almost lost him right before the COVID went crazy. And then the whole COVID year, my mom was horribly ill, and we lost her in April. The holidays are difficult for me anyway because it's so cold and so dark here, and I'm dealing with seasonal affective disorder, and I get very melancholy around the holidays. Well, of course, it's the first holidays without my mom. It was hard. And I haven't been eating right. I haven't been eating right in months. And I'm paying the price for it. I mean, I talk to other people with chronic illness, and it's so funny because you get into this really crappy catch-22, this just downward spiral where you should go in the kitchen and cook because you got to eat something healthy. But you're so tired and your body hurts so bad. And the whole thought is just, oh God, it's so beyond you. So you grab something quick and you grab something easy, but you know that the quick and easy, it's not healthy. It's very rarely healthy, unless you're lucky to live in a nicer, I shouldn't say a nicer area, unless you're lucky to live, I would imagine, in a pretty big city. Takeout options are very rarely very healthy. Oh, that's too many berries. But a good body image, being okay with who you are, that is obviously that's crucial for your self-esteem. And you need to remember, I have a girlfriend she's beautiful. She's got an incredible figure, but she wishes she had more boobs. And she'll get really upset about it sometimes. And it's like, you need to appreciate where you are. You need to accept, it doesn't matter. Well, everybody likes big boobs. Okay, first of all, no, not everybody. I can't believe I'm talking about boobs. But it's a real issue for her, and she's beautiful. And it's frustrating for me to watch because I love her, and she just gets down on herself. And I finally told her, but why do you care about what society thinks? What about what you think? When she said, well, I need bigger boobs. But she knows deep down inside that's not going to make her happy. It might make her have a better body image to a degree, but it's not, at the end of the day, that's not going to make her happy. I went way off. Ha 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 ha. Went way off. But my point was, it's what you think that matters. I have a friend. She's older than I am. She's a big girl. She's a big girl. And she loves every single inch. And I have so much respect for her. It's not the way that I would want my body to look, but I don't judge her for it because you know what? She has so much confidence. And she's just this really wonderful, warm, loving person. She doesn't give a damn what anybody else thinks. She knows who she is. She thinks she looks good. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. You need to understand, you need to appreciate how hard your body works for you. Do you have kids? You like hugging your kids? And guess what? Your body is what allows you to do that. If you cannot appreciate the way your body looks, focus on what your body does for you. Focus on the functionality of it. You're allowed to go outside and go for, well, okay, I'm not because it's too damn cold, but if you're somewhere decent, you can go outside and go for a walk and appreciate the sunshine and maybe the flowers. Okay, not in the winter, I guess, not anywhere in the U.S. probably. Maybe Florida? I don't know. All I know is it was 35 below yesterday and 25 below today, and believe it or not, it was a lot warmer. But you need to be grateful. You need to be grateful for where you're at right now. You need to be grateful. You know what? Yes, I wish I could still do push-ups and stuff. I can't. You know why? Because I haven't taken care of my shoulders. Because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. I've done this to myself. So instead of being pissed off that I can't do them, I need to work on it. Or just need to accept that I can't do them. I have no idea who's here, but they're going to have to wait. But you need to be grateful. You can improve. Certainly, you can want to improve. You should always want to improve because you can always be healthier. Now, by improve, I don't mean be skinnier. There's a difference between healthy and skinny. I would hope you'd want to be healthy and not just skinny. The impact of a negative body image, oh my God, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's a sign. Obviously, it's a sign that you don't accept yourself. And if you don't accept yourself, why the hell would anybody else? And trust me, this is a struggle that I've dealt with most of my life. And when you have a negative body image, it can lead to eating disorders, whether it be bulimia or anorexia, but I was thinking the other one, or binge eating. Binge eating is a disorder. It can lead to depression, anxiety, low self-esteem. A fear of intimacy. Well, of course, if you don't like the way your body looks, you're not going to be comfortable getting intimate with somebody. So you need to learn to appreciate your body where it's at. If you have a positive body image, that means you like yourself, you accept yourself. Like, okay, yeah, I could drop a few pounds, but I'm good. I got a good thing going here. I've got a body that allows me to hug my family and to pick flowers and to enjoy the sunshine or whatever makes your heart sing. Your body allows you to do a lot of really cool things that you take for granted. If you have a positive body image, your desire for change is probably not ego driven. You know that losing 20 pounds or having bigger boobs is not going to make you happy. You're doing it for your health, not your ego. Your self-worth is not tied to the size of your jeans. I don't wear jeans, so that's irrelevant. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well, I mean, I don't wear jeans, but that doesn't make it irrelevant. But people with a good body image, they're more likely to be confident. They're more likely to be self-aware. And God knows we could use more self-aware people in the world. People with good body image, they have healthier relationships. It's okay. If you have a bad body image, you're like, crap, now what do I do? Well, you can fix it. That's one of the biggest gifts that we have in life. And I never used to appreciate it because most of us, including me, we dig in against change. But think about it. If you're not happy with things in your life, you can change them. What a tremendous gift that is. The ability to fix things that you don't like about yourself. That's a really awesome thing, at least in my opinion. But you need to know first that this is pretty universal. I can assure you, lots of men struggle with body image. Young women, old women, I would assume young men, and probably to a degree old men. It's pretty universal. So things you can do to fix it. Of course, if you follow me on Twitter, you know this is coming. Exercise. Exercise is going to boost your mood. It's going to boost your confidence. It's going to give you such a sense of pride and accomplishment. You'll be amazed at how quickly you find yourself standing up a little straighter, walking a little taller, your chest is puffed out a little bit more, your head's held high, because it's good for you. Long-term side effect, you're going to be compact. You're going to be leaner. You're going to fill up less space. You're gonna look better. You're gonna feel better. Now, I know as someone who deals with chronic pain, I've had people ask me for years, how the hell can you exercise like that? Well, for one, movement makes my body feel better. The worst thing on earth I can do when I'm really miserable is lay around because everything just gets more stiff, and that obviously is not ideal. But it gives me, there's a lot of days when, if I exercise for like 50 minutes, 45, 50 minutes, that might be the only window of my day where I feel like I have any real control over my situation. That's super important. So if you're struggling with health issues, look, I'm not telling you to get off your ass and go do insanity tomorrow. In fact, I highly recommend you don't do that if you're a couch potato. But I'll tell you this. It's a very unfortunately small number of women with fibromyalgia that I've convinced to get up and start moving. Walk, do some yoga, do some Tai Chi. You don't have to be into the things that I'm into, but you have to move your body. It needs it. We are not designed to be sedentary. Every woman that I've talked into that have all come back to me. It's like, oh my God, you were right. I know I was right. That's why I told you to do it. And I know I was right because I've been there. I understand where they were at. Y'all, at one point, I could barely do 10 minutes on a freaking Wii Fit. That is a child's toy. And I was so unhealthy, I could barely do that. Think of how insane that is. Your appearance. Now, I'm not saying you need to be the heels and makeup girl. I'm the heels and makeup girl. I live in a hard climate to be the heels and makeup girl, but I'm the heels and makeup girl. But that's just how I choose to present myself. You don't have to do that, but put some effort into your appearance. Comb your hair, brush your teeth. you'd be amazed. You'd be amazed at how many people choose not to brush their teeth for whatever reason. I know that because I have a good friend who is a dental hygienist, and I asked her one time, hey, maybe I should be a dental hygienist. And she laughed. She's like, you couldn't handle it because there's way too many people who never brush their teeth. Yeah, she's right. Ha ha ha. I could not handle that. But, you know, how you look, your appearance is full of non-verbal communication cues. How do you want people to receive you? How do you want people to receive you? If you're comfortable, if you're happy with putting out there that you're kind of slouchy and in dirty sweats and unkempt hair all the time, you know, if it makes you feel good, do you. That does not make me feel good. I like to put on my face. I'm lucky I have curly hair. I don't do much with it. Ha ha. And I got to tell you, I was very grateful today for my curly hair because first time I got it wet, it did not dry well. I was not having a good hair day. It was just this weird, not even wavy, just this kind of fuzzy, like almost an 80s crimping iron. Yeah, I aged myself, but come on, we all know I'm not young. But oh, it was horrible. But all I had to do was add water. Just add water and a little more product and it looks way better. But your appearance, it needs to reflect the message that you want to send out to the world. I was at a conference years ago, and the keynote speaker came out and he was talking about appearance and how important it is. And everybody kind of groaned and he's like, don't even. Because you are judged by your appearance the exact same way you judge other people. So don't tell yourself, well, it shouldn't matter, because you know what? It regardless of whether it should or shouldn't, it does. It's evolution. You're not going to get around that. So put a little thought, put a little bit of effort into your appearance. What's your posture like? Are you all slumped over? And so you walk into a place and you have your choice of who's going to wait on you. And one of them's got they're kind of slouchy and they don't have great body language. Maybe they're, you know, kind of scratching their hair. And the other one's standing up straight and shoulders back, smile on their face. Who are you going to reach out to? You're going to go to the one who's smiling. That's just the way it goes. You're going to go to the one who looks like they're ready and eager to help you, not the one who's like, oh, God, I got a customer. And I know you've dealt with that type because we all have. Your posture is important. And, you know, finally, if you're unhappy with your body image, fix it. Just fix it. Get off your ass and do something about it. And you know what my thing is? I need to get on my nutrition. And I know it. I know exactly. I work out all the time. I don't need any. I actually have to make myself take a rest day. I know they're important. I know they're, for someone in my situation, they're very important. They're hard for me because that fitness sometimes is that's my only chunk of my day where I feel like I have any control over my situation. But you know what? It's easy to be disciplined for an hour. It's a lot harder to be disciplined the rest of the time that I'm awake. But, you know, look at whatever it is you need to change. Maybe you know that your gut's not real healthy. Well, you know what? You got the internet at your fingertips. Get online. Do a little research. You can find tons of information for free that's going to help you at least get started the way that you want to go, down the path you need to go down. And you can start down a path and realize, oh, this isn't for me. And guess what? You have the internet at your fingertips. You can drop plan A and move on to plan B. And if plan B doesn't work, you got a long way to go in the alphabet. So don't give up on yourself. And you know, here's the thing about weight. Nothing works for everybody. People always say, well, it's just calorie restriction. Well, really, if it's just calorie restriction, then why when that show, oh God, what was it called? I never watched it. Oh, it made Jillian Michaels famous, where they would get the heavy people in and put them on a diet and with a trainer and everything and put them through that really crazy. Well, if it was simply calorie reduction, how come they didn't lose roughly the same weight every single weigh-in? Because it doesn't work that way. Our bodies are different. They adjust to exercise, or your body's going to adjust to a decline in your calories. Your body's incredible at surviving, and sometimes that kind of works against you. In fact, I had a doctor tell me a few years ago, well, you're looking at it the wrong way. Your body is really damn good at surviving, and it's just hold on to every calorie that you eat. Like, oh, fabulous, thanks, body. But he's right. My body's excellent at being ready to survive. But research different eating protocols. Research different fitness routines. Find people, you know, there's no excuse in today's day. There's no excuse not to have the information that you want. You literally have to just type it into a bar and you can find it. And if you don't think you're worth that, holy crap, that's really sad. I know what I need to do. I need to eat autoimmune paleo. I need to accept the fact that this is just going to be a really hard transition. And you know, it pisses me off because I had gotten off of sugar and gotten off of gluten and I had done really, really well. And I fell off the wagon. And it's been hard to get back on. My former naturopath told me, we were having a conversation about how addictive sugar is. And he said it would never pass through today's FDA because of how highly addictive sugar is. But I'm off rambling again. But you know, you can also, back to the topic, you can also, ladies, you can find ways to dress that will accentuate parts of your body that you want to accentuate, and that will decentuate, is that a word? De-emphasize other parts of your body that you would like to de-emphasize. There's all kinds of cool things you can do with your clothes if you want to go to that length. I personally am too lazy, I'll be real honest. Plus I just don't have a lot of shopping at my fingertips. It's not practical. It's a long way, you know. I might get stuff shipped here for free, but they ain't gonna take the returns for free very often. But don't let your lack of confidence, y'all, when I lived in California, that's when I got heavy. And I was so unhappy with the way I looked. I didn't live my life. I lived in a beautiful place. Southern California, for all of its faults, and believe me, it's got a lot, but it is beautiful. And you know what most of my memories are? Sitting in my apartment, eating. I'm just being honest. It's embarrassing as hell, but I'm just being honest. I was eating. Why? Because I felt sorry for myself. Why? Because all my friends were out having fun and going to the beach and all this stuff, and I was too embarrassed to go out because of the way I looked. Because I didn't have a good body image. I didn't have any confidence. So, you know, I don't have the best body image in the world. I'm certainly not happy with the way my body looks right now. But my body has pulled me through some incredible stuff that would have, frankly, put a lesser person into the dirt. And I'm not saying that because I think I'm all that. I think, honestly, it's more stubbornness that gets me through this shit than anything else. But whatever it takes, right? Anyway, I've gotten through a lot harder stuff than this. So, but, boy, I'm rambling. I'm so sorry. I have a girlfriend who has had a lot of drug addiction problems since we were young. And it was about, I don't know, probably 20 years ago. But when she still lived up here, and we're driving down the road and we're talking about it. She had just gotten out of rehab. And we're talking about food addiction. And she says, yeah, but you know what? I can make the choice to avoid my addiction. You have to face yours every single day. And she's right. You have to eat to survive. So this stuff can be challenging to conquer, but I know it's doable because I've done it before. I just have to step back, take a deep breath, and refocus. So yeah, we're gonna start talking a lot about like ghrelin and leptin and what lack of sleep does to your appetite, how hard it can be to get off of sugar, and all kinds of fun stuff like that. And I am done rambling at you poor people. I appreciate y'all's time very much. If you have not done so and you are catching this on Haps, which I think my audience is mostly Twitter, but if you happen to be on Haps, please subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, I'm not an expert on this at all, but I can really help you find some great, look, I've gone through a lot of material over the years that has helped me with this stuff, and I'd be happy to share it with you. Drop me a line on Twitter at Alaskan Courtney. I try to be very responsive. Y'all have a great night, and I will be back Wednesday at 5 o'clock Alaska time.